What's going on YouTube? I'm Alex and this is the review of the #1 G4 Smartwatch. The #1 G4, it's still on pre-sale on a couple of websites. This is the box that it comes in. On this side we just have some specifications about the watch itself, and as always I left a link in the video's description if you want to check this watch out. Inside the box we also get this little manual. It's written so small. However, it's in English and Chinese, and you do get a bit of information. And it comes with this magnetic charger. So basically the magnetic charger charges right here on the back of the watch. So you're just gonna do this actually from the other side, and the magnetic charger is gonna stick to the watch. It's not the best design. I'm having trouble actually positioning this in the right place. If I put it this way, it's not gonna work, so you can only put it on this side right here. Now, just so you get an idea how big the screen is, I have a Moto 360 right here and the G4. So you can probably see that there is a big difference in between the two. The G4 does have an IPS screen and it has really good viewing angles, and the colors are very nice and bright. The front of the watch is also made of metal entirely. However, it doesn't look that great, and when you touch it, it doesn't feel that premium either. On the right hand side there is a microphone there because you can make phone calls with this watch. That's also a phone. And on the other side we have two buttons. One is like the back button and one is like the OK button. However, you can just use gestures on the screen and you don't really need to use these two buttons. On the back of the phone we have the charging port right there and the heart rate monitor, which also plays as a thermometer from what I've seen. Behind the plastic back we have a 380 milliamp battery. However, this is sitting there just with these two little cables, so if one of them breaks or something, yeah, it's not gonna be able to sit in there anymore. Aside from that, the phone takes a SIM card and a memory card, and I currently have a memory card installed. And lastly, the band of the watch is also made of metal. You can get this watch in different colors with a different band. However, the band does feel a bit cheap, and the first thing I'm actually gonna do is change the band with a different one. In order to receive notifications from your phone onto the watch, you have to install this app right here, Bluetooth notification. However, on my Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, the phone doesn't send any notifications to the watch, and I do believe that's because this is running Android 6 and you need Android 5 or earlier for that Bluetooth notification to work on this watch. Now let's take a look through the menus of the watch. So we do have a pedometer and it does work okay. I mean, if you walk, it's gonna record how many steps you made and stuff like that. To exit this, you can either press that button there or swipe to the left. It does have a heart rate monitor, so if I put this here and then I actually have to press onto the screen for a few seconds, and that heart goes green and white, and eventually it will tell you the heart rate. However, I don't really like this system with pushing onto the screen. The sensor is sitting on the back, so basically you're doing this just so you can press the phone onto your skin. So that's my heart rate at the moment. To exit any apps, you basically just swipe like that. We do have a sleep monitor, so basically if you move in your sleep, it's gonna record how many times you moved and stuff like that. It does have a thermometer, so if I do this, it's just gonna show me, it always shows the same number. I don't even know if this works or not, because it just does this no matter what you do. So I can even put the phone onto my wrist and we'll press this and we'll hold it pressed for a while, see if anything happens, but I've done this a few times and this is all you get. So it's impossible that I have 38 degrees at the moment, because I don't know, I would be sick if that's the case. So that's how the thermometer works, not the most accurate thermometer ever. You can also measure the UV, but again you have to be outside into the sun, so you just press start and then it would measure the UV. So it probably has a sensor somewhere and it gives you like good, high, or stuff like that. The anti-lose here, basically if I press find device, nothing's gonna happen because of Android 6, and that app doesn't really work with Android 6. So again, that's a feature that you're only gonna use if you are having Android 5 or earlier. The power saver, it's not exactly needed. The watch will make it through an entire day without any problems. The masseur here, basically as soon as you turn this on, the watch starts vibrating. So I don't know, in my opinion that's a useless feature because it's not gonna massage my wrist. However, some may find that useful. The file manager, very straightforward. You can see whatever you have into your watch or the memory card. So for example, if I go into memory card here, I have a couple of pictures. So I'm just gonna press on it and it's gonna open the picture. So that's one. Let me find the second one. And that's the second picture. It takes a while till it loads, but yeah, that's the second picture. So you can watch some pictures. However, because the screen is round and I think the operating system was done for a different watch or something like that, the top there you can't really see the whole thing. You can still press it, but yeah, it's not showing as on the entire screen. This is a video, however I can only hear the sound. We'll check that in the video player. And these are a couple of songs that I have. So you can listen to music if you wish. Now on to the next thing. So if I go into dialer and I can dial 611. Basically it's gonna call from my phone.
Hi there, welcome to Fido.
So it's very straightforward, and I had a couple of conversations on the watch and everybody heard me okay, but not anything, not something spectacular, just okay. So you can make a quick phone call every now and then. The phone book is obviously gonna load all the phone book stuff from your phone. So if you have a phone book in your phone and you give it access, that's what you'll get. For messages here, unfortunately, because the app doesn't work onto the phone, you're not gonna see any messages or receive any notifications onto the watch. So that is unfortunate. The Bluetooth here, basically, so you can search for a new device, see what devices are connected and so on. This is the QR code that you're gonna scan to find the apps. And if you go into settings here, you have a couple of notification settings and stuff like that. The display, you can set a wallpaper. One thing I didn't find was a way to actually change the watch face. So it's the same watch face over and over, unless I couldn't find it, but I looked through all the menus and I couldn't find it. And you can change the main menu style, so I'm gonna show you how that looks. So let's get out of here, back. And now that's how the main menu looks. I think I prefer the other one a bit more, but again, it's gonna depend what everyone prefers. And that was basically it for the settings app. So you don't really have that many settings. You can just restore everything, call settings, notification settings, and not that many settings whatsoever. This again will not work because I have Android 6 on the phone, so pointless. And this is basically a shortcut to that main menu style that I showed you earlier. The motion here, you're gonna select if you want to have the watch turning on, off when you're looking at it and when you're not. Because for example, if you do this, the watch turns off. As soon as you, so like this, it turns off. When you look at the watch, it turns back on. So that's what the motion does. Again, if you get like a phone call, you can like flip the watch and it will mute the phone call as well. So that's what that is right there. So for the video player, unfortunately it's gonna say there are no files. However, I do have some files onto the memory card, but I guess it cannot read them. For the image viewer right here, you can actually select where to watch the pictures from, but I guess it doesn't see the pictures that I have on the memory card, the ones that I just showed you earlier. So that's a bit pointless as well. The audio player, it's something that works. So if your phone is connected as it is now, you can basically change the songs from your phone and play them as well. So you can switch the songs as well, and the speaker does get quite loud. So to exit that, you do that basically, and you can have that playing in the background. The Bluetooth camera, it's not gonna work because that app doesn't exactly work. The voice memo, it's very simple. You basically record anything you want through the phone's or watch's microphone, which is here, and then you have that file onto the watch. For themes right here, you can basically change the background picture, so nothing that special. So now the background, it's blue. Alarm, very straightforward. Calculator, the same. Calendar, it's very small. If you press this, otherwise you can just do that, and it's gonna show you whatever day today is. The stopwatch, it's like any other stopwatch, and that's about it for the No.1 G4. So it is made out of metal. That is a nice thing. The screen does look really nice, and it is bright enough so it can be seen outside. I don't really like the band. It feels very cheap. So if you'd actually change the band for about 45 bucks, or how much this watch costs, I think it's a pretty good value. I mean, you can use it as a pedometer and stuff like that. I mean, that can't be too bad in my opinion. Alright, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.